tried selling online courses and here's what worked. Hi, my name is Zakkery. Welcome to my channel. This channel is for digital marketers, for beginners and professionals, as well as for the coaches and experts who are currently trying to increase the sales of your services, consultations, and online products like mentorships. I have selected the best working methods which can help you to sell your online courses. I have tried so many approaches. I've been in this niche since 2018. For 9 years, I've been helping online educators to market and sell their online courses. And we've tried thousands of options, and this is what really worked. Before we begin, write in the comment, how are you related to digital marketing? Are you a marketer or you are a coach, an expert? What do you guys do in this industry? Don't want to lose your time. Here's a short list what definitely did not work for me. Number one thing is to endlessly create content without a proper call to action. The call to action is a clear offer which we propose to the viewers, buyers, followers. This is the bridge from I'm just watching to I'm opting in. This is the number one reason why you need to create the content, to demonstrate your call to action. There is no any other reasons to create a content on social media. So if you are now endlessly creating content, you even have a viral post, you're getting millions of views and the number of followers is growing. So think about that. Do you have a clear call to action, or people that still do not understand what you're offering? Another thing is to create a content which actually teaches people but never lead them toward to buy your course. So you've shared too much in your Reels posts and YouTube videos. This is a big problem and super popular among beginners coaches. That's a great thing that you want to share. That's absolutely very honorable. But what about selling your digital product? But what about selling your online course? If you are here to sell, you need to dissect the important pieces of information from your content and share only why and what, but not how. You get it? So when you create the content, ask yourself, have I shared the exact methods how, or I've just shared what and why? Also, I provided some very general overview of how, because how to do this, how to learn this, and how to get to my point B is the number one reason why people switch from just watching YouTube videos to actually getting into your mentorship group, your club, or your online course and opting in into your digital product. Another thing which definitely will not work is to try to sell your product in direct messages instead of just warming up people. If you've not just talked to people, if you have not prepared the right letter which will escalate their desire to get into your product, you will fail in this sales pitch. If you've just received the contact of a buyer, for example, you've shared something valuable in your direct messages, they got your freebie, and then you start your sales pitch, oh no, you're gonna scare away the potential buyer. What you need to do, you need to offer them to jump into the next step of your funnel. For example, that can be a tripwire, a super cheap but very valuable product, up to $50 if you sell that in the United States. Or you also can invite them for a Zoom call, like a private Zoom call, 40 minutes of a valuable time where you're gonna help them to find the solution to one problem. Or you're gonna share another freebie, or maybe you're gonna stream them to your webinar and explain how the things work in more details during that webinar. And only after that, stream the person to the sales. So here comes another part which I really love. I've spent almost 9 years of figuring out what really works in selling online courses. And again, when I say online course, I do not mean a digital products like those cheap PDF files or templates which you can create just in seconds using the ChatGPT or any other AI tools and then sell them online on Etsy or at any other digital stores. So I do not support that idea. I believe that digital products that are created with a cheap way, like I did it within an hour and I sold it with $20. This is an exact scam scheme, and I do not support this trend. So if you have a mentorship program, if you have an online course, educational program, like a real educational program that help people to scale in their life and their revenues, this is what it is about. So the next things I'm gonna mention, they're gonna work for these type of online courses. So number one thing, you need to focus on one topic in your social media profile. Whatever it is, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, focus on one thing. I know might be boring. I know that might be so difficult to keep talking on the exact topic, but from different angles. This is what makes your offer crystal clear. This is what video after video or content after content makes it easier for the viewers to buy. Let me give you an example. If you are a marketer, if you're trying to sell your online courses, if you speak about so many things on your profile, for example, you're focusing on ManyChat, you're focusing on online courses, webinars, funnels, and you also speak on email campaigns. You're all the time mentioning how important it is to create a content. So the viewer is getting defocused, even if it's all among digital marketing. So you need to find your professional competency and push it into the front. And this what will help others to understand what is your blog about. And after that, they will understand what is your CTA, what is your call to action. Number two, you need to build a foundation system for your sales. I call it ACD, attract, convert, deliver. So let me explain it like that. You might heard that you need to create a viral content, get more visibility online, but this not going to work if you have zero converters for the viewers. And what do I mean by that? Let's pretend you got 10 million views on your content, but if you have zero idea and zero instruments prepared for how to convert those views into purchases, you're gonna fail. What for do you need those millions of views? Just to tickle your ego? That's it. This is where you're gonna end up. What I offer you, you need to start with a delivery. What I offer you, I want you to focus on ACD method. I have a different video on this channel which explains how that works. Create a proper product, which means deliver. Create converter, which means a webinar or any other revenue event like challenge, or for example, a Zoom call. And then you also need to attract the eyeballs to that funnel. You can use a paid ads or you can create a content, but this is the last step in this chain. The other thing which sells like crazy is a social proof. And I think that's obvious. This world is full of scams. So many people on the internet also approached me and saying, "Oh, Anna, you have such a beautiful videos, but how can I trust you? Can you share some proof that you really achieved what you've mentioned in your videos?" And I absolutely understand those requests because now it's so difficult to trust people online. Just imagine, you are walking on the street and you see a stranger, and that stranger tells you that he knows the exact way how you can get richer or how you can get another job position which will change your life to better, or he knows how you can lose 100 pounds of weight. Will you trust him? So I believe that the answer is no. Why? Because he's just a stranger from the street. So actually you are absolutely at the same place when you are creating a content and trying to attract people on your social media page. There is no difference between a stranger from the street and you explaining something in your Reels or YouTube video. So we need somehow to prove to those people and all viewers that we are somebody whom they can trust. Let me give you an example here. Every time I claim that I'm a managing director in online schools, I've been in the industry since 2018, I've launched 300 plus courses, and I know this stuff, and I have more than 50 people in my team. So how do I prove it? I show the exact screenshots of the income, of the revenue we have generated with my team. I show them my articles from the famous magazines published in the United States. I try to find any types of social proofs which will help people to trust me. So now here's a question to you. What do you have in your content which make people trust you. Another thing which works like crazy is urgency and the exact start date of the program. I've tried different things. I've had evergreen funnels, I've had evergreen starts of the courses, meaning like you can jump into the course and start learning any time of the year and any day. And I also tried the courses broken down into cohorts, which begins at the specific date. For example, 4 times a year on the first date of the month. And in my experience, the second option works way better when you have a specific date of start of your online course. Why it is so? Because that creates an urgency. The person knows that he cannot just wait for a year or another month or another vacation. He needs to jump in right now because there are only 4 times a year when he can do so. So this is super important for you to now think about it. So now I want you to analyze, have you selected the right format of online course you are promoting? Maybe you need to switch the system when you have opening windows for the new students, and then you create that super urgency and people will opt in faster. At least try it out. When I was creating this video, I thought, okay, so here's what not working and here's what worked. But what are the biggest lessons I was able to learn within my 9 years of experience in this industry? The number one lesson which I've learned, and I hope that's gonna help you, any topic in any business what we do, consistency matters the most. You can't be able to create perfect reels. You can't create the best mentorship program. But the problem will be that you are not consistent in what you do. Let me explain. I've been posting on my YouTube channel for more than a year. And I've learned the lesson that maybe my videos are not perfect, but I am super consistent and I see that YouTube starts loving me. And this is the same with Instagram. If you find me on Instagram or on TikTok, you will see that I have a super high quality of the videos there. And I'm able to stay consistent. I know that the frequency of my posts can be up to 5 times a week. Why so? Because I have a team who helps me. I definitely cannot do that myself. So the question to you is, what's your frequency of posting, or what's your frequency of mentorship programs which you can host? So find out that number and stay consistent. You do not need to show up on every platform. You just need to select 1-2 platforms and stay consistent. It can be Instagram, it can be TikTok, or LinkedIn, or YouTube. What is my recommendation? The choice depends a lot from the age group you are trying to attract to your mentorship programs. For example, if you are targeting younger audience, you definitely need to go to TikTok. If your content is all about talking head, just like mine, so think about Instagram and YouTube. I love YouTube because it's a longer form of the videos and they can be evergreen videos which keep getting more and more views day after day. Comparing to the Instagram format where Reels can work only up to 72 hours and then they just stop growing. So it's up to you what you're gonna select for your project, but think about the age group which you are targeting. Lesson number 2 is that your course is selling not because it's the best. It sells well because it solves people's problems. So when you think that, oh, I want to create the best quality of the lessons, which will be included in my course. Oh, I want to create the best designs for the slides, which I'm going to use to demonstrate something on the lessons. No, it's not what makes your course the best one. Or I need to select the best platform to store the lessons. Will it be Kajabi, or that will be Thinkific or Teachable? That absolutely doesn't matter for your students. The only thing that matters in sales is, does it solve the problems that people have, or doesn't? That's it. That's the only thing that matters. And the last thing, which is important, I can name the biggest lesson, is that sales and marketing is all about math. It's not about that gut feeling. It's not about, oh, I want to share this topic and that topic because I believe that this is gonna perform and skyrocket in views. Nobody cares in what you believe. The only thing you need to care about is the numbers and what other people need, not what you need. Forget about creating the content from your head. Create it out of the head of the people who are gonna watch it. That happens very often when you already overcame the problem. You're now looking at this problem from the different angle, and the person who's gonna watch this video is still struggling with this problem. He's still challenging. He is still experiencing challenging times. And how you can build a bridge between you and the viewer, you need to go down on his position, put on his shoes, and try to understand what's in his mind now, not what is in my mind, what's in his mind. This is the only thing which will help you to solve the whole problem. So to wrap it up, I've understood that the whole selling and marketing process is super straightforward. You create a perfect offer, you materialize the solution in the form of mentorship lessons or online course or club or something, and then you need to attract as many attention to these funnels as possible. Just as I mentioned before, I have a video dedicated to ICD method on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to watch it. I left the link for you here. And if you want to launch an online course, I have a book which has helped so many people to start launching their mentorship programs and online courses. Just check the link below. It's a 63-pager with 10 video lessons explaining step by step what you need to do in order to get started. And also it has a mini course on ManyChat, which helps you to create a funnel in your direct messages, and it also contains the AI prompts which you can use in order to do the marketing and sales work for you with the help of AI. I hope this video will save you tons of time and you're going to learn the lessons which I've mentioned today, not on your own experience, but using the information from me. That's it for today. That was a pleasure to record the video for you today, and then I hope to see you next time.